Hey everyone, it's Richard Metalfan here, bringing you guys a brand new 2024 album review. And as you can see below the title, today we're going to be talking about the new album from the band Enterprise Earth entitled Death and Anthology, which is out now through E1 Music Records. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with Enterprise Earth, they're a deathcore band based out of Spokane, Washington, been around since 2014, and it's hard to believe they've been around for exactly 10 years, a decade. I've been a fan of Enterprise Earth since I first heard them back in 2015 or so. I was familiar with their former vocalist, Dan Watson, and his other band in Finn Island, and I had no idea that was his band because I used to see him at the local venue, Swayze's, which is now a barbershop. And I've seen Enterprise Earth a bunch of times, like mostly at like Masquerade and stuff. And they've been putting out albums since their first album, which came out in 2015, which is called Patient Zero, which I thought was a good album. They put out albums like Embodiment and Luciferus, and then their last album, which came out in 2022, The Chosen, I thought was a pretty good album. But then it was like after that, things had changed when that same year, original vocalist and the last founding member, Dan Watson, had left the band. And honestly, I kind of felt like it was coming because during the touring cycle for The Chosen, he wasn't in there at all. So instead, they had a new vocalist being Travis Warland. And honestly, I was kind of skeptical because anytime when bands change singers, I was kind of scared how it would sound. But honestly, Travis was good. And then it was that same year he became an official member, which honestly, I did see it coming, so I wasn't too surprised. But overall, this was the band's fifth album. So does this album live up or exceed what The Chosen has? I think it definitely has. I think the band definitely has a great evolution in the decade that they've been together. Let's just talk about like the vocals from Travis Warland, new guy in the band. I honestly think his vocals are actually pretty good. I was kind of a little bit skeptical at first, but after hearing it, he's actually a really good singer. Like the growls that he does on here is just insane. And then even his clean vocals, he sound really powerful and really amazing. Guitar work on this album is tight from Gabe Mangold. His guitar playing, just like the riffs that he comes up with, is great, and just the soloing on here is great. And it's insane that they're pretty much a band now with like one guitarist, and he pretty much lays down some really sick riffs. The bass on this album is pretty audible from Dakota Johnson. His bass is a bit audible. It was also his first record with the band. And then drumming wise from Brandon Zacke. I think Brandon's a really great drummer. Definitely holds down the beat and the tempo and everything. So without further ado, let's dive into this album track by track. Now, starting things off is the little intro called Abyss, which I think it pretty much sets up the whole album. It's a good way to warm up the listener to what is to come, and then it goes into the next song, Face of Fear, which this song is just in your face, has some really great guitar riff thing, and like the chorus here is just absolutely amazing, and it has some really great clean vocals from Travis. Like he definitely shows that that was really hard shoes to fill after Dan Watson left, and I think Face of Fear is a really good song. Next song is called The Reaper's Servant. Now this song has a guest feature from Darius Terrani from the band Spite, and this song is really great. And I just think it's like deathcore but mixed with like thrash metal a little bit, and the way that they add like solos and riffs, almost when I heard this song, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Slayer a bit, and then that breakdown, especially at the end, is just really great. And I still love the little bit of the clean vocals in the chorus. I think is kind of adds a little bit to the song. Next song on the album is Spineless. Spineless is a pretty good song. I dig it. Then King of Ruination. Now this song has some really great riffs which open the song with a really great sound sonically, and the bass lines here are really audible, and the screams take the listener into a really catchy chorus. And this song also has another guest appearance from Ben Dewar from Shadow of Intent, and he really much takes like the center of the song with his signature kind of vocal styles, as with the sort of like a groovy breakdown section. And this song is just really hard, and I just love the breakdown in here before the chorus pretty much sends off the whole album. Next up is Casket of Rust. Now this song musically is very groovy. It has that kind of groovy vibes, but it still has that kind of in-your-face heaviness that pretty much blasts in your face. And I can also picture like this song would go well in a live setting thing when it, and pretty much encourage like circle pits and moshing and all this good shit. Next on the album is called I Divine. I think is a pretty good song. I dig it. Then we get to Malevolent Force. Now this is a really good song. This features Wes Houch, and I just think his appearance on here is just, he's an animal within himself, and it's just a really great song. Next up is Accelerated Demise. Now this is an instrumental track, and this song is just really just showcases how the band instrumentally could sound. Even if the song does have vocals, I feel like it doesn't like take away or add it, take away or make the song, or it's just hard to describe. It's just a really fun song. Moving on to Blood and Teeth. Now, when I first heard this song, I thought it was going to kind of be like softer, especially with the piano and the soft clear vocals. But after like a minute or so, it gets right to the curve and it just gets in the heaviness. I kind of like how you think it's sort of like it's going to pull back a bit, but then it just sucks you right back in, and it's just really fucking awesome. And then we close things out with Curse of Flesh. Now, this song has kind of a epic kind of like anthemic vibe to it, which has a really just powerful. And this song has a guest appearance from Matt Heafy from Trivium, and I could definitely tell just he has that recognizable voice, and I kind of almost feel like he almost sounds a little bit like Travis a bit, and I just thought it was going to be him, but after listening to it, I was like, holy shit, that's Matt from Trivium. So yeah, overall, Death and Anthology by Enterprise Earth, pretty good album. Pretty much I would consider like the new start or a new era for the band with the new vocalists and everything. So I'm going to give this album a score. I'm going to give Death and Anthology by Enterprise Earth a solid 8 out of 10. So yeah, that's my review of the new album, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it, and I'll see you all in the next video. And as always, keep it metal.